Hey everybody, welcome back to the Graphic Multiverse. I'm your host Paul, joined with Rob.
Hello.
And Chandler.
Hi there.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Just living that easy breezy springtime life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be May. I'm super excited. I apologize for the open window.
May.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah, and I apologize for the open window because somebody downstairs still has the heat on, so it rises.
Oh.
The fire rises. And, yeah, so that's why I have the window and the fan, because I'm like, it's hot out.
It's 50 degrees here. It's nice.
Oh, 50. Yeah, it
little rainy.
Oh, well, Massachusetts. Today, it was sunny and 72.
Ooh,
Wow.
beautiful.
Yeah. I get nervous when it gets this warm this early because, like, oh, man, is summer going to fucking kick my ass? Mm-hmm. It will. It always does.
Now I'm just such like a lawn dad because I have a lawn at my house that I'm just like, oh, God, this lawn needs some rain, you know? And then the summertime, I'm like, oh, it's so hot, my grass.
I would, like, walk out there with, like you look like you came out of a Stephen King novel. Like you have like a plaid shirt, overalls, and like a beaten up trucker hat. Like, oh boy, it's really hot this year.
A lot of good history down that road right there.
You just have like a giant pitchfork for like no reason, with like a long like fucking bit of grain or whatever. What do they call those things? Yeah, bit of grain. Yeah. So, world turning, seasons changing. It's a good time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what has been going on since we last chatted. I think, was it the Batman, Chandler? I don't think, Rob, you weren't there for that, were you?
I wasn't.
Did we ever do a Moon Knight episode, or is it just
We haven't
Batman?
yet. Moon Knight is halfway done already, and we haven't done an episode about it.
So.
Wow.
Hey,
Wow,
I mean, listen.
writes itself.
Yeah, listen, if y'all want to chat about some Moon Knight, I'm down.
We got a Thor trailer.
We got a Thor trailer. I love that they waited as long as they could for that. And I
People
told
were getting antsy.
Yep. I told myself I wasn't going to watch it, and then I immediately broke. Because I was like, I'm not going to watch it. And then I stupidly was on Instagram, and there was a GIF of Jane Foster, Thor, and I was like, fuck. And I have to watch it. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I saw like James Gunn retweeted on Twitter or something, and I was like, all right, I will wait until I'm on at least a 27-inch computer monitor before I watch this.
Oh, no, I didn't. I was like, I'm going to watch it on my phone because I don't care. Because I'm going to watch this 9,000 times anyway.
Actually, I think I watched it on my projector screen for the first time.
Oh.
So I got the full experience.
That is
Very
pretty
nice.
dope.
And I'm very excited because, of course, I am.
Dude, it's Taika.
I know, and it looks like a good time.
It's definitely going to be a good time for sure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. I love that we got Christian Bale as Gore.
Except we don't get any gore in the trailer,
which I'm okay with.
Yeah. Which the one thing I was thinking though is like the vibe of the trailer. I'm curious if the movie is going to be a lot darker because the Gore storyline is pretty dark, but that movie trailer was kind of just like la 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 la.
I think it's going to be. I feel like we kind of saw the first two acts in the trailer, and none of the third, which I'm okay with if they decide to go that route, just to kind of keep. Because I think when Thor first sees Jane Foster with Mjolnir, that looks like this is the first time he's seen her, and they're not going to save that shit to the end. At least they better not. But no, you know what I'm excited about? Zeus, played by Russell Crowe, and I'm thinking if we get Zeus, are we going to see Hercules?
We have to.
And dude, I would love to see a big old gay or bisexual Hercules. This would be the movie to do it, especially because I know they're supposed to do stuff with Valkyrie that they didn't do.
She's looking good in a pantsuit in that trailer.
Oh, yeah. Tessa Thompson. Get it, girl. You know what I love? that clip or that shot of her, in New Valhalla, or not Valhalla, at New Asgard, if you watch it again, right, and you see her in the chair, and if you look on the right, you can see Meek, the little
bug guy.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. That's how many times I've watched it, because why not?
Yeah. I like he's got the like Guardians-esque like a little what's a vest? I don't know why I can think of the word vest.
No. Yeah, the
I like
leather
his little chain CrossFit action going on.
Yeah, and I love that we had Sweet Child of Mine playing in there by Guns N' Roses. I thought that was nice. I also love Peter Quill saying, "Oh yeah, you ever feel lost? Just look at the people you love," and he's just trying to force himself into Peter Quill's eye line. That was nice. So yeah, I'm curious to see. I mean, been curious. I'm just looking forward to it. I'm just glad we didn't lose Thor. Bad enough we lost Cap and Tony and Black Widow, but
Chris Hemsworth's basically said that he'll play the character forever.
And I say let him.
I know.
I am excited.
He's gonna look good for a long time.
Yes.
You think Chris Hemsworth's not gonna look good in 20 years? He's gonna look good in 20 years.
Fine wine. But also, I'm excited to see Thor, because there's gonna be another Avengers movie, and I'm sure I would love to see like Falcon Cap with Thor and Doctor Strange and Black Widow and Shang-Chi. It's just gonna be a grand old time. But I love that Mjolnir's back.
Gluing it back together.
Yeah. And it sounds like too they're keeping the cancer storyline.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, which the speculation is that she may have gotten something either when she had the ether inside of her in Dark World, or because of the amount of energy that got released with all of the Infinity Finger snapping. But the ether makes a bit more sense, as it's like a singular, unique experience that really only she had. And I think that whatever. Maybe she goes to New Asgard. The pieces come together for her. Maybe, I don't know.
I saw a picture of Natalie Portman flexing, and holy shit!
Yep.
Is that with the white tank top?
Yeah,
I thought that was. I mean,
there's a picture. Let me type in jacked Natalie Portman.
Jack that Portman.
Let's see here.
Because somebody sent me a picture of Natalie Portman. I was like, no fucking way. No way. Nuh-uh.
Because she used to be so wayfish and skinny. Now she's just like solid.
I know. She was like what? She was the manic pixie dream girl in Garden State, and now she's the manic thick. I don't know. Manic
dream
thick
girl. I don't know.
Bodybuilder pixie.
Show me that body.
Google is failing me, but
see, I thought it was like I can't expand it, but somebody sent me like these, and I didn't know if it was real or not.
Oh wow! I saw this other one. She was like on set, and she was like,
yeah,
buff.
I see a shirt where she's like doing that tricep thing that dudes in high school used to do.
She's like, yeah,
she's like, yo, I play football. What's up?
That's awesome. I hope she was like, yeah, my trailer's over there. No, I saw a cute picture of Christian Bale braiding her hair on set. It's probably like, you're doing it all wrong. No, fuck, no. Your hair is fucking distracting. Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of flying off the handle and being cray-cray, what is going on with Ezra Miller?
Oh, he's a menace. I don't know what's going on.
He got arrested again.
Like,
yeah,
he
needs to get sent out of Hawaii, apparently.
He's terrorizing that place.
Warner Brothers has to just be like, dude, please fucking stop. Like, we got like the new like Dumbledore movie coming out. We got Flash. When God knows when the hell we're actually gonna see that, if ever. I mean, God, how long has that movie been in like production?
A long time.
I remember, it's been a while, and I was excited about Michael Keaton being back in it, but even now I'm just kind of like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of losing my I don't know. I don't know. And also, I feel like, the last Spider-Man movie, it's like, I don't know how you're going to top that with different Flashes and different Batmen, but...
Yeah. The world's a little multiversed out right now. But apparently not, because we still have a good chunk of multiverse stuff still to do.
Dude, you see the new Doctor Strange trailer?
So excite.
Maybe?
Dude, they name-dropped the Illuminati.
I have not seen that one.
Yeah, it was funny because I saw it today, and Mordo was like, Doctor Strange, the Illuminati will see you now. And I was like, Angela, oh my god, Illuminati's in it. And she's like, I thought we knew that. I'm like, it's not the point.
But they said it.
Exactly, thank you. I mean, because listen, we've been wrong before where we thought somebody or something was going to be in a movie and it wasn't, so...
People are going to be so disappointed when he walks into that room and it's just 5 Doctor Stranges sitting in chairs.
One of them voiced by Patrick Stewart. It's just Patrick Stewart's voice.
It's Patrick Stewart with a mustache. Like, he's just another Doctor Strange.
It's what we deserve.
It's just another, what's his name? Richard Boner from WandaVision type thing.
WandaVision, yeah. I still can't believe
He's on
happened.
the Illuminati, the same thing.
Oh, God.
That would be fantastic. I can't believe that's next week. That
Oh, shit, that is next week.
It came out, or it's coming so fast. Time, it's weird. It's an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fast.
Time is a flat circle, as I think Matthew McConaughey said in True Detective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta travel that weekend, but hopefully I can catch it.
Where you traveling to?
Going to Chicago for a wedding.
Ooh, I love Chicago. That's where I got engaged.
Aww.
Good food city. Good food city.
I believe it. I believe it. I haven't I've never been to
We should
Chicago.
go. We should go to C2E2 or something some year.
Oh, that would be fun. And I'm sure not as expensive as me flying back to Boston.
Probably not. But who knows? It could be twice as expensive.
Well, who knows? But I like that idea. Let's put a pin in it and circle back, because that is something I would be down for, because I miss doing Comic-Cons.
Yeah, PAX East was this past week.
I saw that.
And as somebody who works in the seaport now, just one day I was just like, there's a lot of nerds around me right now. And I was like, oh, shoot, PAX is this weekend. And then I was like, I want to go to PAX.
When I worked in the Seaport District in the hospitality industry, never a dull moment, because you had like one reservation, but there were like 13 kids crammed into a room. You know, they were like splitting it. They were like splitting it 14 ways. You know, and
that's what I did when I went to Comic-Con the first time. Although it was like a room for one person split 4 ways.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it was less bad.
Yeah, yeah, but I remember like it was just nice being among my people. But some of them I feel like I wanted to like talk to. I'm like, listen, I love that you're passionate. I love you wear it proudly, but there's a few things we got to change. I don't know. I don't know why you're talking like this.
I know, it's like, you're so loud. You're so loud.
Right, that has to be a
stick of
choice. Yeah, that. And, I'm not trying to shame anybody, but, I remember seeing this one kid, like, black trench coat, like a black fedora, with the largest backpack. It wasn't like a camping backpack, but it was like a backpack that was, like, filled to the brim. Like, it might pop at any moment. I'll never forget. Like, yeah, can I have a credit card and a photo ID, please? Oh, can I pay you in Middle Earth gold? I'm like,
no. Oh,
that's why I'd be like, listen, I love your passion, but we got to work on a few things.
It's like, I get the reference. I get it.
Right.
You want to talk Tolkien? We'll take a seat later, okay?
Yeah,
but
right.
I got a job to do, bro.
Yeah, right. I'm more than just a concierge. I'm a concierge for your life.
Oh, that sounds really noble.
Yeah. Cut to 5 years down the line. The guy's getting married. You're the best man. Tears dripping down your face.
Yeah, that should be a movie we write. It's like a nerd version of Hitch.
I'd watch it.
Thank you. Chandler, you and I had an idea recently, didn't we, for a Disney
God.
Plus show? Oh, I think we did it via chat. I don't think it was on the podcast. I think it was. I don't know. I'm gonna circle back. Sorry, I shouldn't have brought it up without having like an end game for it. But But I remember we laughed a lot about it because it was pretty fucking funny.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, you should have been
Right.
there.
Yeah. Cool story, bro.
Love an inside joke.
I hope to be in there someday.
But yeah,
So
Moon
what else
Knight,
you
huh?
got?
Moon Knight.
Speaking of coming full circle,
Moon Knight's pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying Moon Knight.
Same. That's kind of how I feel.
Me too.
It's not like knocking my socks off, but I've had a good time every week.
Yeah. Somebody told me that they said Moon Knight sucks. And I'm like, I'm going to say this. I don't want to judge it until it's over. Because each episode, I'll say this for Moon Knight, I feel like each episode has been different than the previous episode. I think, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to see when it's all said and done. But I think my favorite remark that I heard was like, it's like it's trying to be too many different things, like too many different personalities. And I'm like, are you fucking with me?
That's on the nose.
Yeah, it's like a little too on the nose, but I don't know.
Yeah, I like the overall like vibe of the show, kind of adventure-y, very like strong early 2000s mummy vibes.
Yep.
Which I'm always down for. Give me all the mummy vibes.
Totally.
Oscar Isaac's great. We got.
I mean, when is he not?
You can do no wrong.
That's true. Steven, love me, Steven. Mark,
Yeah.
I'm a Steven guy. I'm a Steven guy myself, but
Yeah.
It's definitely different than the comics because Steve Grant in the comic is like a bajillionaire. He's like the Bruce Wayne identity.
that's another thing about Moon Knight. I've read like 2 issues of Moon Knight ever.
Yeah.
Like I kind of want to go back and read. What is it?
Warren Ellis?
I think I have.
Or the Jeff Lemire.
The Jeff Lemire run is what everybody
it's
says is
so
like kind of
good.
like peak Moon Knight.
It's so good. I mean, yeah, the Ellis and Lemire Moon Knight is fantastic. The art is great. It's a great story. I actually started reading a shit ton of Moon Knight after, in anticipation of the show coming out. So I kind of knew. I kind of had known the logistics of it, where he was dying. He was like a mercenary. Khonshu was like, "Hey, you can die, or you can be my avatar, and we'll weekend at Bernie's it." But I like how they're kind of doing it in reverse. Like we're not getting the origin in the beginning. It's almost like the mystery of how he became Moon Knight is kind of like the focal point, as well as trying to stop Amit. Yeah, because I remember people were upset that like Marlene wasn't in it because she's a traditionally, blue-eyed blonde girl lady, and there's this other woman. What's the name of the show? Like Maya, I think, or
Alana.
I already forgot.
God damn it.
Well, not Marlene, but
Layla. It's Layla.
Layla's
great.
Yeah, she is great, and I love that in the last episode you pretty much figure out that she is Marlene. They just changed her name, which I thought was a nice way to kind of keep the secret, like about like her dad being killed and Mark was there and bippity boppity boo. So I do like that, and it's also interesting too that like he can summon the suit, because in the comics, I mean he's like a white Batman, and by white I mean like the costume,
color white,
like
the palette,
white,
color palette.
Yeah. Like he's got gadgets and shit. He's got like like a crescent plane he flies around in. So it's interesting they weren't going like the tech route, that they're just going full on
Magic.
mystical.
Yeah. I was pretty overwhelmed by the first episode because I felt it was trying to like do a lot at once, and I was just like, is this like supernatural? Is this like high octane action? Is this like a psychological thriller? And I guess it's all of the above.
Yeah.
The first episode, though, I love when he would black out and come back in. He's like, "Oh, I'm driving a truck." Black out. No, now I'm driving it backwards. Like I thought that was kind of fun.
Crazy Ethan Hawke is great.
Ethan Hawke, man.
I think like once it kind of like leaned more to the magical stuff, like the first episode kind of like paled in comparison, and it kind of like flowed into it more. So I kind of was more comfortable with it. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and Ethan Hawke is great, and I loved that they made him a previous Avatar.
Yeah, that was cool. Sorry, I just wanted to say, I really can't stand his character because it's like the whole like wounded gazelle gambit where it's like, oh, Mark's crazy and like don't question my motives. I'm not doing anything suspicious.
That
and
court,
everyone's just like, oh yeah, you're not suspicious at all. And
yeah,
it's
that
like,
court
oh
scene.
God.
It's just like that's the worst court I've ever seen.
I know.
Right. Kangaroo court.
Mark's like, he's just like, Mark is crazy, and Mark's like, I'm looking for help, and they're like, all right, well, it's decided. This guy who just walked into this pyramid.
Right. I was like, come on.
Yeah, I know. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Yeah, but I think having Ethan Hawke being previous Avatar is pretty cool. You know, there's another identity we haven't gotten to yet, and there's talks that we might get to.
The murder
Jake.
one.
Jake, yeah.
Yeah, Jake Lockley. Like he's a tough cab driver on the streets, you know, ear to the ground, nose to the sky, toes in the sewer, butt in the cab seat.
Well, there's like a mystery third personality that's like more murderous than both of them.
I think that might be Jake.
Okay.
In the which I know somebody said, like, you know, if they introduce it now, it's gonna feel kind of rushed. And if it isn't, then it's like, well, what's the fucking point?
Yeah, we had that thumping sarcophagus in the last episode, so
yeah, I think Jake might be in there. But I love like the Legion vibes we got too in that last episode. Where he's like
I was totally thinking that.
Like in the insane asylum, and yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
The last episode I fell asleep watching twice just because I was physically tired, not because it was boring.
Okay.
But the first time I like half looked up when the hippo god was like, "Hey, what's up?" I was like, "What the hell just happened?" Like when I fell asleep, he was holding an axe in a tomb.
Yeah, I definitely loved like the Raiders of the Lost Ark, like Tomb Raider vibes that last episode was giving me with like mummies and shit.
Those mummies are creepy as hell looking.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. I like that it's like, oh, this was kind of like a horror episode.
Yeah, they try to pitch it as horror-y, and nothing's even really remotely been scary, except there's been like there's some creepy imagery if you like pull it out of context.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's, you know, it's got to be tough when you have Disney bankrolling it. You know,
breathing down your neck, make it interesting.
You know, and I was wondering about how they were gonna do that when, you know, like Daredevil and like a Punisher was coming on Disney Plus. But I like that to watch them, you have to like confirm your age, which I guess anybody can do. But you know, still, I appreciate the effort, and hopefully they can kind of.
Yeah, I think I haven't had to do it yet because Max isn't old enough to like navigate it all on his own. But I think like you have like your parent account and you have like a PIN, so like your kid can't access the parent account or something like that.
Yeah. So, but I think, you know, even for Disney, I mean, I think it's been. I think it has a fair amount of grit.
Yeah.
People getting shot and blood and stuff, and I don't know.
People died.
That's true. They did. They did die.
Yeah.
That is a fact. I don't know why I'm blanking on all of my Moon Knight thoughts now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel super strong. Like I enjoy it and I like watching it every week, but yeah, it's just.
I mean, I don't think it has that same like, oh my god, like remember WandaVision?
Because it doesn't have that like mystery box aspect to it, where WandaVision every week you're just like, what the hell's going on?
Look at the clues.
I know.
The date on the calendar.
It's Mephisto. Al Pacino's gonna come through that door.
It's me.
Yeah, but at the same time though, that's also kind of what I appreciate about Moon Knight, that it's relatively self-contained.
Yeah, and it's complete. It's setting up a completely new character. So unlike WandaVision,
it's accessible. Yeah.
Or Loki or Falcon the Winter Soldier, like I love all of those characters already. Like I'm deeply in it for all them. So with Moon Knight, it's like you gotta warm up to you.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the appeal of the other shows was like, okay, well, Vision died, how was he back? Loki died, or he did, and then he went through time. Like, what's going on with him? You know, like, oh, who's gonna wield a shield? Like, there was a lot of like threads that those shows had to pick up after Endgame, whereas Moon Knight is, you know,
completely.
Fresh. There's only like
don't know when it takes place.
I have some idea because at one point, when he becomes Mr. Knight and he's rocking the suit and he's fighting the Invisible Jackal, and remember how the whole bit where they're fighting by the double-decker bus?
Yeah.
There is an advertisement for I'm blanking on the name, but it's that relocation program they were talking about in Falcon Winter Soldier, like the CDC, CGC, LMNOP, one of those.
The global something.
Yeah, reappropriation. No, I don't know. We
It's
tell you
okay.
where to. Yeah, but so we know it's around that time.
Sure.
That's all I got.
So post blip.
Post blip. Can you imagine the blip was like, well, when I blipped, I was Mark. When I came back, I was Steve.
I heard
pretty
some
interesting.
theories that some of his personalities were blipped, and I was like, what?
Whoa.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like,
That's very thorough.
I know.
Very thorough snap.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's neat because I was a total dork, and I've rewatched the episodes and kind of picking up on little things like, you know, when he's got the postcards. It's like, oh, I got your postcard, Mom, and it's like, and then like, you know, either in that episode or an episode later, you see him like walking by just like the rows of fucking postcards. It's like, oh, Mark's just, you know, Mark's like leaving breadcrumbs for Steven.
Is he even like talking to anybody on the phone? I was kind of like worried because like is that just like an off phone?
I feel like a burner phone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, oh god, how sad would it have been if it was like the phone that he found in the wall, you know, that had Layla's number. You have 28 new messages. First message, hey Mom, it's me. Talk to you later, skaters.
Yeah, Steven's adorable.
He really is. And I like how that personality has more in common with Layla than
Yeah.
Mark.
Way more chemistry.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice. I do like a lot of the shots too, of especially when it comes to reflections and how they kind of communicate each other through.
I know in a lot of that stuff too. I heard like Oscar Isaac acting with himself. He'll like in one shot like change his body language and stuff, and like really sell it.
And his acting partner is his brother.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, are they twins?
No, they look nothing alike. But I love the I love
sweet.
the
But the blood is the same, you know.
the blood is right. Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Blood runs deep. And plus, that's got to be fun too. You know, hang out with your bro.
Yeah.
And I'm sure even being like an off-screen Oscar Isaac's stand-in's got to have a nice little paycheck to it. That's all I'm gonna say. Because when I did PBS for that 3-day shoot,
Cha-ching. Okay.
it was nice.
All
I don't
right.
get. It's not like I get residuals, but I was like, holy cow! I want to buy so many comic books. And I did. Basically, when I got the check, it was just like Matt came out of a corner and just like took it.
I'll take that.
And I was like, oh,
It's like you're
yeah.
you're a pullist, Paul.
Yep, pretty much worth it. But no, it is sweet. Yeah, I think he's got his bro in there. Yeah, I'm very curious to see how Moon Knight's going to play out in the bigger MCU. Like as far as where he'll show up.
Hopefully they keep him like the magic corner because, you know, I'm super invested in the magic corner of the Marvel Universe now with Multiverse of Madness coming out. I'll put out there, I'm just here for Wanda. I stan.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
I'm really concerned for Wanda because
Me too.
I don't know. Is she gonna be a good guy or a bad guy?
It's okay. I'm gonna stick by her. It's okay.
I will say this though, like if we get a reverse No More Mutants,
Ooh.
I'll be okay with it. I mean, let's be real. I mean, I'm gonna be okay with whatever they do. Like even the stuff I like the least in Marvel, I love compared to other movies that I don't like. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like it's
like Marvel's worst is like still better than
Exactly. I'm just like, I liked it still.
yeah. I mean, honestly, like okay, Thor: Dark World might be one of my least favorites, and I love watching it.
I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's not a
It was
Marvel movie.
serviceable. It was fine.
Well, I mean, you know, and I also like too that they now have made Dark World so important with Infinity War.
It's
and
almost got to the point where I wanted to rewatch it, but I haven't yet.
Yeah.
a part of me kind of does hope they do the whole ether thing, circling back to Thor for a second, where because then it's just gonna make Dark World even more important.
It actually kind of makes sense because like with Age of Ultron, they also like spun so much out of that, even though it was kind of like one of the weaker.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, because we got Wanda. I mean, we got like
Vision,
Civil War and Vision and so I mean, it's kind of
just kind of like how they resuscitate it.
I think it's. I mean, I know it's not cool to like Joss Whedon, but you gotta give credit where it's due, and I think he kind of knew what he was doing when he was writing that, kind of laying out. And I think he at least kind of provided a lot of opportunities for like you can go this way, you can go this way. My only thing is like sometimes with Marvel that kind of bumps me out is like when I feel like there's a lot of like loose threads, or they'll make a big deal of something and then it doesn't feel like it's a big deal afterwards. And I feel kind of like with they make such a big fucking deal about the Bifrost being destroyed in Thor.
Oh yeah.
And then Avengers, it's kind of some dark magic,
It's just for drama. Like you'll never see your girl again.
That's actually my favorite line in Thor because it makes me fucking laugh how it's delivered. Like, I'll never say again. It's just, I'm telling you, when you watch it again, it's like, you'll never say again. It's hilarious. It's so good.
I love it.
Or even with like, remember actually Ultron, when Thor's like, I have to find the Infinity Stones. It's like, oh man, is the next movie gonna be about Thor on a quest? And then he's like, yeah. And it's like, and then right before he leaves, his whole reason for leaving Earth was like, I've got to find the Infinity Stones. And then Thor Ragnarok, I searched for some stones, didn't find any. Like that's it. Like, oh cool. I'm glad we made such a big fucking deal on the last time you were in a movie for. But
Had
you know what?
Vision.
At this point, it's kind of nitpicky because again, all the movies are great, and I fucking still love Ragnarok. I'm also like, I kind of hope to learn more about the whole Jane dumping Thor thing. Like,
oh, it's complicated.
yeah, will be great if you're like, well, yeah, you just fucking left for some stones.
I'd be mad upset. He's ghosted me for like years.
It's like, you keep doing this. You keep leaving, and you say you're gonna come back. Well, guess what? Now I got the hammer. I'm the big man on campus with a big hammer to swing. I ain't like that. And
I'm going off world now.
As guardian apples. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That is right. Do we have any thoughts on how Moon Knight might conclude?
We got to get Khonshu back. He's so cool.
I think he will probably be Moon Knight at the end. Him and Layla will probably be like, Layla.
You gotta see Amit. You can't like hint at it for like 4 episodes. And not show
I think
Amit.
Ethan Hawke is gonna glow purple at some point, and a weird Egyptian god thing's gonna come out, and Moon Knight's gonna throw some hooky things at him. And
crescent rings,
and then Blade will come and go, hey.
Oh my god!
Sure you want to do that,
if Blade showed up, he won't. But if he did at the end of Moon Knight,
that would be neat. I want that.
That would be
actually
fucking dope. Well,
Steven goes back to work at the museum, and then a convertible pulls up, and it's the Game of Thrones dude and Blade, and they're like, "Get in, loser! We're gonna save the world."
Or like the newest shipment is like a vampire coffin.
Yeah, but isn't there like a comic book where like Blade and Moon Knight aren't they like? What the fuck? It's like Midnight Suns or something like that. I thought there was like a team.
The Midnight
like a spooky team.
The Midnight Suns. It was like. It's like the go back. They just use that whenever there's the spooky team, as you put it.
I mean,
like Ghost Rider, Blade.
I would be okay with that.
Moon Knight.
I'd be okay with it.
Spooky team.
We
need a spooky team.
Yeah, but I kind of like the idea of Blade kind of being the new Nick Fury. He's like, you think you're the only mummy themed superhero in this world?
You're the only person who hunts dead people.
Right? Yeah. You think you're the only one who's wrapped in bandages? That would be dope. I fully support that because I mean, They got something with it, or they just dropped the threads. We're like, yeah, Blade never showed up. He's a disembodied voice in the Eternals.
I want to see more of the other avatars. They're really cool.
Yes. Well, you know what? That makes me wonder too how that's going to tie into, again, going back to Thor, because Gorr, the God Killer,
killing gods.
So is he going to go after? I don't know. And because we're getting all the Egyptian gods, and now we're going to get Zeus. I don't know. I just think I love how magically the Marvel movies have gotten.
Yeah, it was like out of the question after like the first couple of movies. It was like all tech grounded in like
right.
But it's also getting to the point now where it's just like there's characters that I know nothing about. As like a deeply enfranchised comic nerd, I'm just like I kind of knew a little bit about the Eternals, and I don't know anything about Moon Knight.
That actually, I think that kind of got me more excited that we're living in a golden age where they are El Morte. El Morte.
Oh yeah,
movie,
but
which he's not even an old character. He came out in 2006.
I don't even know anything about that character.
Me neither.
Someone said Spider-Man antagonist El Muerte is getting a movie, and I was like, oh, another Spider-Man villain movie? No one cares. Yeah. But also, it's just I've never even heard of this character.
Yeah. I am all for the representation.
Yeah, but put him in a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think there's ways you can do it.
It's like, hey, let's make this movie. It'll make $50 million. It's like, or put him in a Spider-Man movie. You'll make a bill. You make an easy billion.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
Cast him as what?
Cast him as a scorpion, or a more established villain that people know.
Or dude, the tarantula. Because he's like
Firefly.
The tarantula's great because he's like, aha, Spider-Man. We meet again. ¿Cómo está?
Yeah, the only Sony stuff I'm ever excited for is the Spider-Verse stuff, which was postponed a year.
Lame.
Ugh.
Oh, I know, it's a bummer, but hopefully for good reasons.
Yeah.
I'd rather wait for something good.
I have full faith in Lord and Miller to make good animated movies.
That is the only saving grace for me when it comes to Sony. I still haven't seen Morbius. I will. I just don't want to pay for it.
I paid $150.
Yeah, I haven't even seen. I haven't I think I was saying in the chat I haven't seen a Sony movie since The Amazing Spider-Man.
Wow.
I didn't see the second one. I didn't see Venom 1 or 2. Morbius.
I saw them all.
I guess all the MCU ones technically had some Sony to it, but
yeah. I'll say this: Venom is fun.
I would watch Venom if I turned on HBO Max and that was the first poster that was on the little ticker.
Yeah,
I'd be like, play.
Yeah, Venom is a lot of fun. Angela and I saw Venom, and we were both kind of shocked by how much we enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's kind of nostalgic too.
Yeah, I think probably because our expectations were so fucking low. Again, I was like, I'm not paying to see that. And actually, it was on HBO, I think, and we watched it. We were like. I think Angela's like, why did I like that?
Because it's just dumb.
Yeah, it was. And, Tom Hardy's fantastic. And I think, and that's kind of how I feel about Let There Be Carnage, because Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
It's, it's just, everybody is chewing up the scenes, and it's great. And the fact that you got, Andy Serkis directing it, and I feel like nobody knows about acting and motion caption better than him, and I think it kind of shows.
Yeah, he also deserves way more opportunities. He's so great.
He for real. And I honestly, I think the thing I wanted most from the Batman was more of his Alfred.
Yeah, there's painfully little Alfred.
I know I said this in the last episode, but that whole bit where Bruce sees him in the hospital and he's like, oh, I'm the reason why your parents are dead. I was supposed to protect him. I'm like, I want more of that. I want that story.
There's some meat in that script.
Well, yeah. Well, I like they're taking the cue from the Jeff Johns thing where Alfred's just not like a butler, but he's like a butler who has also. Yeah, actually, he's not really even a
mercenary
butler. Yeah, he's just kind of like. Yeah, I'm excited to watch it again now that's on HBO Max.
It's so long.
That it's.
We can break it up now. Take a break.
I guess that's true, but there's so many things I need to watch.
Yeah. Did you see Batman though?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. In theaters or?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
Theaters.
Got it.
Big fan. I liked it a lot.
I did too.
I think
just thought it was long.
Dark Knight is still my number one. Just for the Batman movies, just because like I don't know, nothing can touch that feeling. When the first time I saw Dark Knight, I was just like, "Fuck." Just like the end of that movie, I was
zooming
like,
in on the one.
I was like, I think that was the best movie I've ever seen. Whereas
like,
this
right,
movie ended, and I was like, that was a really good movie.
We did it.
I like this Batman more in terms of like visuals and like theme, but like I think Dark Knight obviously technically is much better. But
I thought I mean, technically, there's I don't know, there's just something about the Dark Knight that just like I don't know. Heath Ledger's Joker does a lot of that too, but just like
yeah, I think it's I think there's a lot of components with the Dark Knight. I think there was the the build up to that movie. I remember being like, oh, fuck, 4 more weeks until I get to see Dark Knight. You know, like I don't know if you guys remember, but I just remember there was like this massive like build up, and I think that with Heath Ledger passing, it was just like I think that added to it. Like it was just like
the hype was real going into that, and then when it lived up to the hype, you're just like, God damn,
yeah, that it was just like holy fuck, because I had lived the hype and crashed and burned with it, but the fact that I felt like I could soar after that, it was like, oh my god. I think that's why I made The Dark Knight Rises hurt.
Yeah, after we don't talk about that.
Yeah. I'm such a dope. Every once in a while, I'll sit down and I think I've watched Dark Knight Rises more than I've watched The Dark Knight, because I'm like, I don't get it. Like, what am I?
I've only seen Dark Knight Rises in theaters. I haven't seen it again since. But
Same.
like, I didn't dislike it. I thought it was like I enjoyed my time there at the movie theaters, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It didn't like the highs of the Dark Knight. Like it's unfair to just go to soar so high,
Right.
and then to have anything live up to it. But
well, yeah. I mean, plus the Dark Knight script was so tight, and for Dark Knight Rises, there's a lot of like. I think my buddy Will said it best that he felt like it was like an early draft. Like there was like a lot of like unfinished ideas, And,
it just had the third movie disease of everything too much. There was just too much.
Oh my god, yeah. I think them just trying to end it. It was just like, but you want to end it, but you're gonna throw in fucking Bane.
But they could have ended it
in No Man's Land
without it being as big as it was necessarily. Like this, like the whole No Man's Land and everything. But also, it's just like you could have totally done like you could have brought the League back with Talia, come full circle to Begins.
Yeah,
you could have had Catwoman still.
I think here's the thing that always bothered me from the get-go, and maybe this was what hurt the movie before I saw it. When they released a synopsis and like Bruce Wayne hasn't been Batman in 8 years, I'm like, what? Like you've already dropped the ball. Like if I were to do it, the screenplay that nobody asked me to write, I would have had reversed that where like instead of like I wanted Bruce broken in a different way where like he couldn't stop being Batman, and it was like having like a physical and psychological toll on him. Like still have like, no one's ever really seen Bruce Wayne, but like Batman's still out there beating the shit out of people. So when Bane comes along, that's the reason why he gets defeated, because he's, keep it like the Nightfall comics, because, there was like a prison break and Batman's just so exhausted by hunting all these criminals down. So when the time Bane shows up, he's just like, oh, really? I think that would have been kind of cool than him growing a weird fucking goatee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And then like, here's a brace that fixes your leg. Really? Cool. You couldn't do that 8 years ago?
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, they announced today Batman 2, or The Batman 2 is happening, which of course it is.
I'm down.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm down too, for sure. For sure. And I loved Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Me too. I'd like to see him, that version, grow.
I think the biggest thing that I liked about this Batman was that I liked the this Batman felt to me like it had the most like kind of actual character arc where there was growth. Like I like that because he's like, in the beginning, first of all, I love as a Batman who keeps a journal. But I also love that he was like, oh, I'm the knight, blah, 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 and then at the end, he's like, maybe I can be that, but I can also inspire hope. And the fact that we saw, and Angela said this too, that the fact that we saw Batman helping clean up the mess, wasn't like, oh, I defeated the bad guy, I'm going to split. That he was like helping people, and the fucking sun was out. Like, I love that. Like, you kind of see him for what he is, all dirty and bloody and shit.
It's like the New Frontier part where, like, early in New Frontier, he like scares a kid, and at the end, his mask is less scary.
Yeah,
and Superman's like, you changed your mask.
Yeah, like I liked that. I liked that there was like it was a growth, and I didn't see his fucking parents get shot for the 19th time.
The pearls.
Oh, yeah. Nobody got a pearl necklace, which I'm told is not how I should be saying it. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm interested. Big fan of the Penguin, so I'm actually kind of excited that we're getting a Penguin TV show, which I think is
perfection.
Insane they're making a Penguin TV show, but I'm down because...
after that movie, I think it could work. I mean, they kind of set him up pretty well for a Penguin miniseries. I hope this is kind of like them taking a page from the Marvel playbook. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. No?
No, I think it'd be nice, like, stable to, like, introduce, like, new villains or expand the Rogues Gallery. Or
the fact that, he had Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell was so fucking good. Like, he
added all the levity to the movie. Like,
oh, my God, yeah. But I loved that. I loved how... like 1940s gangster he was. Take it easy, sweetheart. Like, that was just great. Like, it wasn't... I don't know. I think they hit all the right notes with Penguin. I even like that he had a fucking waddle because of his limp.
Oh, man. When his like legs are tied together and he's like waddling away.
Yeah, that was fucking great. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited for... where it'll go and what will happen. I just my only request is let's take a break with Joker.
Yeah, also I'm not a fan of the design there. Mm-hmm. Like,
he looks like CW Joker.
He just looks yucky. Why does the Joker have to look yucky?
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like sometimes people try to out Joker each other. Let's make him really fucking crazy looking.
It's like what if he's a clown? He's the clown prince of crime.
Like a professional clown.
Exactly.
Yeah. Would have been cool.
Kind of like a, animated series Joker.
Yeah. I mean,
still like scary, like,
yeah.
But,
I mean, yeah.
I feel like they just keep taking Ledger variations on Ledger. And I mean, say what you will about Jared Leto, at least he had a take.
I think it seems like they're kind of taking all the wrong lessons from Heath Ledger's Joker. But I
think it's like you're suffering from like over modernization, and they kind of just keep it simple.
It's like, for the love of God, stop. It would have been great though. It would never have happened, but it would have been great if he walked into that cell and there was like Joaquin Phoenix smoking a cigarette, like no makeup. Everyone lost their shit. I mean, it wouldn't have made sense with the chronology or whatever, but well, I think chronologically it may have worked, but I think because of the storyline was so, I don't know. I don't know. It just would have been fucking cool, and you can bet people would have fucking lost their goddamn minds.
I would have wanted to walk in and just him be in a room next to like a refrigerator, and just be like, Mr. Freeze. I just want Mr. Freeze. I just want a heart of ice.
Yeah. Well, apparently he's expressed, the director, Matt Reeves, expressed interest in doing a Mr. Freeze.
I wanted Clayface, but that's okay.
Clayface could be sweet.
Like a shape-shifting villain that can, like, be
He's a classically trained actor.
You could do some serious shit with Clayface. Didn't somebody want to do a horror movie with Clayface? Was it like Mike Flanagan, I think?
Could be.
Which
I'd be down.
Give
Mike Flanagan a Batman.
Oh my God. As far as I'm concerned, that dude's batting 1,000. There isn't anything from him that I haven't liked or enjoyed.
I need to go back and watch his previous Netflix shows.
Oh, like Hill House and Bly Manor.
Yeah,
Midnight Mass was great.
I love
You
Midnight
see that?
Mass.
Midnight Mass was good. Even Ouija, Origin of Evil, that was good. And I was like, oh, prequel bullshit? No, it's good. It was a good old movie. But yeah, Clayface would be dope. Have you guys read the Jeff Johns Batman stuff?
Nope.
Oh, man, Chandler.
From when?
Well, like all the Earth 1 stuff he's been doing. It's 3 trades.
I've read at least the first one.
Okay. Well, you should read them. Be a Kuaz. If you liked Batman, like the Matt Reeves Batman, you will like the Jeff Johns stuff, because so much of what Matt Reeves pulls from is from the Jeff Johns. Like the whole thing about like Thomas Wayne running for mayor and being assassinated, and Alfred being his bodyguard. Jeff Johns. You know, Martha Wayne actually being in an Arkham. Jeff Johns.
Wow.
And the whole bit about like, you know, like the mother killing the dad then killing herself, like Jeff Johns.
Wow.
Like it's all so much of the Batman came from Jeff Johns, and I think you should read it, especially because there's a great Clayface arc in it.
Ooh.
And I know they're gonna write a 4th volume, but like at the end of the 3rd one is when we like finally get to the Joker. So it's like a nice slow burn, and a lot of the Riddler stuff.
Wow, they heavily borrowed from that.
They really did. I mean, I think it's good because, I mean, at this point, if you're going to do another Batman, it's like, you know, I mean, how many times are we going to Killing Joke it or a Long Halloween it? Or, you know what I mean? Like, so I think it's kind of cool that he went that route. And that's why I wanted more of this Alfred, especially with, like, you know, also, you know, hopefully we'll get more of that when he talks about how he should have protected his dad, you know? So I don't know. That's just me. I didn't anticipate us talking about Batman so much, but I really wanted to hear what Rob thought about it.
Yeah.
All good.
Cool. Well, since we're talking about stuff we've watched recently, what have we been watching or reading recently?
I have binged all the Kingsman films, and they're
Really?
so cool, so good.
I'm a big fan of that series. The last one was... I liked it, but it was...
Was that the prequel? With Ray
It was
Fiennes?
basically like a World War I drama that gets weird.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like-
But I really liked it. I like period pieces. I think the second one was probably the weakest, but
Yeah.
one's iconic.
Yeah,
Third one's great.
I love the one. Yeah, 3, I kept like... I liked how they kept using like... Because I know too much about World War I history, and I was just like, this kind of is what happened. And then they like... Yeah, they just like, you know...
Artistic licensed it.
Yes, exactly. The historical fiction. But yeah, I was a fan of that one.
Cool.
I
So-
also tried to watch the Nick Cage film earlier this week, and
Oh,
I had
the
to leave. It was
Unbearable Weight of
Likeness of
Massive
Me.
Talent. I saw that this
Yeah.
weekend.
I wasn't a big fan.
Really?
I kind of got really because I'm not really in on the fandom, and it was kind of like annoying.
Oh.
And also, I kind of feel like the whole point is like Nick Cage is such an earnest actor, and like he doesn't really like. Now that he's kind of like in on the joke, it kind of like makes it lame. But I don't know.
I thought that it was hilarious, and so much of it was just like him and Pedro Pascal. Once they get going, are just real funny. And Pedro Pascal is
watched
just
it.
so goddamn funny.
Is that streaming anywhere? Or is that in
I think it's
theaters
just
only?
in theaters right now.
In theaters, I might give it a second watch later on when it's on streaming.
Yeah,
But
I really
yeah,
liked it.
can
It's the
really-
most I've lasted in a movie theater in a very long time.
Wow. Okay.
I'm surprised you went to go see it, Rob. I feel like you going to the movies is...
It is rare. It was a date night. Sabine
okay.
and I,
Okay.
both big Nick Cage fans.
Okay.
Yeah.
So see, if you're a fan, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, and
but
I'm not even like
yeah.
an ironic fan. I just like Nick Cage in movies. I like
Yeah.
what he does.
Yeah, I watched Mandy recently, and God, I'm just so fucking good in that movie.
Yeah, I
I mean, he's good in everything. I mean, really.
need to watch Pig. I might watch that this week.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I don't know if I'm ready for a movie like Pig, but yeah, I'll definitely see that. Chandler, anything else on your radar that you've been reading, watching?
No, not really. That's about it.
Okay.
Oh, more Ted Lasso. Sorry, that was really loud. I apologize, listeners. Wait!
How far are you in Ted Lasso now?
I think episode 4 or 5, they had the gala.
Oh, okay. So you're still in season 1.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know there's season 2. I'm excited.
I've watched all of Ted Lasso twice. It is the best.
Oh, so good. So good. And it's so funny, too, when I realized that the showrunner was the same guy who did Scrubs.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. A lot of poignant stuff going on,
Yeah. Yeah, and I saw, like, Zach Braff directed a couple of episodes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. No, but Ted Lasso is great stuff. I'm excited for the next season.
Season 3?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're filming right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it just stays great. It stays great.
Awesome. Good to know.
Yes. Cool. Yeah, I'll be because Ed, listen, when you're on Caught Up Chandler, I'm totally down to do a Ted Lasso episode. I know it's not.
Kiki.
I know it's not within our theme, but we're the graphic multiverse. We can be multifaceted. So
exactly.
I'm totally down to do a Ted Lasso episode. But yeah, that'd be really cool. Rob, how about you? What are you doing?
So
what are you doing?
I recently rewatched all of season 3 of Stranger Things, just because.
Oh, season
4 is coming
out.
and I like Stranger Things, so I rewatched season 3. Still a good time. I'm excited for the new season. Trailer makes it look buck wild.
Oh yeah, I was really impressed with season 3.
Me too. Some people said they didn't like it, but I don't know. I feel like if you like if you like Stranger Things, it's more of that, and I'm okay with it.
I was kind of curious about well, where are they going to go after the second one? But I love season 3.
Yeah, I
thought it was so well done,
and that the whole like mall nostalgia and stuff just works.
Oh yeah,
so
totally.
And season 4 just looks wild. Like the scale of season 4 looks way bigger and stuff. So I'm pretty excited for that. What else? I read a book last week in one day. It was a slow day at work.
Whoa.
The How to Lose the Time War. It's like a short. I heard about it on a podcast where like the author was talking about Loki, the TV show. But it's Loki-ish because the story is like 2 agents from like warring factors in like a multiversal sci-fi. Like one comes from like a technic future, one comes from like a more like naturalistic future, and they both keep going back in time to different multiverses trying to change things so their future is the one that wins. Is like the basic sci-fi premise, and then that doesn't matter at all. That's just the premise. But each chapter is like from one of the 2 agents' perspectives, and they go to like either a different time in history or a different like multiverse, alternate reality, and they keep finding they keep leaving letters for the other agent, and then over time they kind of like get this like pen pal, like they fall like in love with each other, and it's kind of sweet. And then at the end, it's like I don't know, it's a weird sci-fi love
almost
story.
Sounds like The Lake House.
Spy versus spy.
Very much. It's like if you took like Loki, Spy versus Spy.
And The Lake House.
I don't know. It's a quick read. I read it in a day. It's like 180 pages.
Oh, okay.
But,
So it's a light.
Yeah, I have a problem where I keep buying 500-page books.
And then don't read
them.
No,
I've been reading them, but it takes me 3 months to read a book.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'll get this little short one. And then that day of work, I like walked out of work at like 10 because it was slow. I just went to the bookstore next door, bought it, and then I just sat in my office all day.
Wait, there's a bookstore in the Seaport District
There
now?
is.
There wasn't one last time I was there.
Porter
That's cool.
Square Books.
Oh, cool. Where is it in the Seaport?
It is. If you're like near the ICA, it's like on the side of the Seaport, on like where the ICA is, like near the water. If you just like walk along that dock path.
Oh wow, God, that place is expanding so much.
It's crazy down there.
Is like a big bookstore?
Not really. It's if there's like a popular-ish book you've heard of, they probably have it.
Got it. Okay, that's cool. That is very cool. You know, you should check out The Ocean at the End of the Lane.
The Neil Gaiman book.
Gaiman.
I haven't, but I was looking at that on the shelf because it's also short, and I was like,
yep. I read that in a day, and that's fucking good. So maybe make that your next.
I actually just started reading Devolution, which is. It's written by Max Brooks, Mel Brooks' son, who wrote like World War Z.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a similar writing style. Like it's kind of like a journalist's take on something, but it's basically about like Mount Rainier or something in Washington blew up, and because of that, like a family of Bigfoot like went to this like off the grid town and just like murdered everybody or something. And it's I've only read the first like 20 pages, but it sounded interesting, and it was also 200 pages, and I was like, yeah, I like World War Z, so.
Okay, cool. I have been so bad about book reading. Like,
Me too.
I don't know. I think I think it has something to do with like 10-hour shifts. I know that's like a really lame excuse, but I feel so fried at the end of the day. And then on my days off, it's just like I just do all the shit that I couldn't do during the week.
Yeah, same. For me, so I don't, luckily or not luckily, I don't know. I have like a little over an hour on a train every day. So
well, that's a good time
I've been
to read.
trying to, the morning I'm usually too tired to like focus, but I've been trying to read at least on the rides home. So I get like 20 pages a day on a good day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I've been enjoying, like, that's why, like, comics are nice, because it's just, like, although the sad thing is, though, like, I'll read a comic before going to bed, and most of the time, you know how, Rob, it takes, like, 3 months to read, like, a 500-page, I feel like it's, like, 3 months for me to get through an issue, because I'll read, like, a panel and I pass out.
Yeah, I used to read primarily before bed. I'd read, like, 10, 15 pages until I just realized, I'm like, I don't know what the last 6 pages said. But yeah, ever since I finished my home theater, anytime I have time to watch something on there, I do.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. I kind of went through a really weird Exorcist phase. I kind of stopped going on Facebook, but I kind of wanted to go on and just kind of share a few things that were going on. Because, you know, it's like, oh, yeah, Aunt Helen died. You didn't write anything on Facebook. I'm like, oh, all right, fine, I'll write up, you know. But anyway, so when I was on Facebook, some horror page that I follow posted a 4-minute scene that leads up to an excellent jump scare. I was like, what fucking movie is this from? I had to go through the comments, and it's The Exorcist 3, which apparently is a solid addition to the franchise, and it's kind of underrated. There's like a big cult following behind it, and it's directed by the writer of the book, Blatty. He wrote and directed this one. It's got fucking George C. Scott in it. It has Samuel L. Jackson. It has Fabio. It has Patrick Ewing.
Star-studded.
It is weird, and it's weird. But Angela and I watched it the other night, and the last like hour of the movie is like pretty cool. And that scene, like it's great. It's like a long hallway scene. If anything, just watch that clip. It's 4 minutes, but it's really well done. So that kind of caused me to like rewatch the first one, and Exorcist might be one of my favorite movies. That is just like so well done. That is a cinematic masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. And if you have Shudder, there is a video essay. It's about like an hour and 40 minutes, but it's with the director. It's like William Friedkin, I think his name is. But he just talks about what influenced him, how he made the movie, like the process of it. I think anybody who wants to be a director should watch it. Anybody who appreciates art should watch it. And it's not what you think. Like, it's not like Shudder presents. It's like him sitting in a fireplace, not in the fireplace, but by the fireplace. The sun's out, and he's talking about the composition based off of paintings that he loves, and kind of just following that artistic instinct. I was really blown away by it. I feel like I learned a lot from watching that. It's called Leap of Faith, and it's really fucking good. So I've been checking. Exorcist is great, especially when you hear the director say like it's not a horror movie. Like, I cringe when people tell me it's a horror movie. It's a love story. And then so when you watch The Exorcist again through that lens, it definitely changes your appreciation for the movie. Yeah. So, Exorcist, I've been reading a bunch of old school Iron Man comics because I'm just doing a tour of the 60s now. Like Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, so yeah, doing a little bit of that. And I'm excited about this new Hulk figure that came out. He's somewhere up on the shelf, but this is one of the head sculpts. It's like a 70s Hulk, and I love the sideburns. That is just, and I love the jowls. I think that it was just like such a good job. I don't know. I was actually thinking today, like, oh, I gotta talk about all these things that I've been reading and watching, and of course, I'm drawing a blank. I'm amazed. I remember The Exorcist, but yeah, check it out. I think I might actually read the book next because I've heard some good things about that too. But yeah, if anything, check out that hallway scene from Exorcist 3. If you're a filmmaker or a horror movie buff, you'll appreciate it. That's all I got. But in the meantime, yeah, you know the drill at this point. All 2 of our listeners, drop us some love on iTunes or whatever. I also will say, too, just because I feel that I should do this, I do want to dedicate this episode to 2 people. I lost my Aunt Helen recently, and she was a awesome person, and thankfully Rob and Chandler got to meet her at our wedding. If she knew you, she loved you. She was your biggest cheerleader, and she, for whatever reason, was a very big fan of me. And I really appreciated all the support that she gave me. Secondly is a friend of mine who's only a few years older than we are, died of a heart attack, Howard Williams, who I worked with when I was in high school and college. And he was like this 6-foot Viking Jedi master. And I miss our talks on those slow days at the Old North Church, just talking about Star Wars and movies, and I feel like I learned a lot from him. And I also at one point wanted to make a werewolf movie, and I still do. And Howie, we call him Howie, he designed the makeup effects for it. And he painstakingly matched different wigs to match the hair so it would all look all natural. And he wrote the score. Like, wow. He composed a piece, which, Rob, maybe we'll, I don't know, maybe I'll send you to if you want to include it in this episode for our 2 listeners. But yeah, so it was a huge bummer when he died. And I started, so in this movie, I started to reimagine it as a novel, and I was really looking forward for him to read it because he knew the script so well. And so, yeah, so to Howie and Helen, I love you guys and I miss you, and kind of contributed to making me the nerd I am today. So, have fun exploring the multiverse in the sky, or something.